Welcome back. We're gonna be doing some more cooking today, and I actually have my sous chef here with me for a change. You ready to cook? No? Cut. Sometimes cooking can just be like a lot, right? Like really overwhelming. There's so many different like things and measurements and pots and pans and fire and baking and just, it's all too much, you know? Take baking, for example. I'm very intimidated by baking. I don't think I need to be intimidated by baking, but it just scares me a little bit, you know? I'm just like, I don't know, the exactness of it. I'm not an exact person. You've seen that many times here. I am not the most exact cook when it comes to my recipes, which is why today's recipes are gonna be fantastic because there is not a lot of precision involved. Okay, I say that, we're definitely be measuring things, but like, it's a lot easier than normal baking. We don't need an oven, we don't need a stove, we don't need pots, we don't need pans, we don't need any of that. All we need is a mug, specifically 4 of them. I have 4 mug recipes for us to check out today. It is kind of like the end of winter, everyone's tired, we're sick, and we just want winter to be over. We want to be able to go outside and do things in the warmth. Oh my God, please, sometime soon. Which is why we're gonna be doing some mug recipes. I've got 2 dessert recipes planned and I have 2 entree recipes planned. So if you hate cooking, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. The hardest part of this recipe is honestly just getting everything you need together. But here's all of our stuff. We have a lot of bowls. I'm gonna have so many dishes to do later. Oh my God, I did not think about that. But for our 4 recipes, this is what we have. I think what the plan is probably gonna be is just put them all together and then nuke them all like one after the other. Just so that way like entrees are still hot, dessert we can eat second because it can like cool a little bit. Some of it has to like sit for a moment or so. But yeah, recipe number 1 is gonna be a chocolate cake where we are going to take cocoa powder and flour and sugar and chocolate chips, and I think that's all the stuff. Some milk and some oil, and we're gonna put it all together and we're gonna nuke it, making ourselves a little chocolate cake, which should be delicious. Recipe number 2 is gonna be a blueberry muffin. Blueberries, flour, some melted egg, some milk, some vanilla, some sugar, a little bit of baking powder as well. That's all here. First of our entrees is gonna be a like broccoli casserole. Now I looked up, I am in Minnesota. I did look up a tater tot hot dish because I figured, you know, a casserole, a hot dish, whatever, probably be like very on brand for Minnesota winter. But I was trying to make do with like stuff that I had already in my pantry, already in my fridge, stuff that I didn't need to like go buy a lot of, because I feel like that makes these recipes a lot more like accessible than a lot of other recipes are, where you're having to buy all this random stuff you might not even have. I had all of this. I think the only thing I didn't actually have on hand or regularly buy was pepperoni. Everything else I already had. But anyways, entree number 1 is gonna be a broccoli cheese kind of like rice casserole. Sounded pretty tasty. I'm looking forward to that. But broccoli, rice, some onion powder, some garlic powder, pepper and salt to taste, cream cheese, a little bit of milk, and obviously like some rice. Our final one is gonna be mug pizza. Now, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm excited for it, but also incredibly nervous. We need, of course, flour, a little bit of baking soda, a little bit of baking powder, some olive oil, some milk, some marinara sauce, some mozzarella, and of course, some pepperoni. Yeah, you can put, you know, whatever toppings you want on there, but I figure we'll go with a little classic pep. But that is all of our ingredients. And let's just dive into making and combining all of our recipes together. I feel like my whisk is just not like tiny enough for this job, but I guess we'll find out. Now, the last time I made this, and now I will say, shocker, this is not the first time I've made this chocolate cake. And part of the reason I got inspired to make this one is that one of my viewers got me this like little miniature Le Creuset little thing, right? It's very adorable. It's the perfect size for a chocolate cake. So I made one in here, and that's kind of what inspired this entire video idea. Was it took me 5 minutes to make chocolate cake, and I was like, well, that was easy. I should do more. And that's kind of how we got to now. So not gonna use this today though. I wanna make it like proper mug recipes. We're gonna do it in the mug. We've got Therminius here to bless us. But yeah, so this is what inspired it all. First thing we need to do is just combine all of our flour, which we will dump into our mug here. That's all of it. I'm gonna have so many dishes to do later. Oh my God. Cocoa powder, sugar, and a little bit of baking powder as well. I always get baking powder and baking soda mixed up, which is not good. Those are very different things, and they do wildly different things as well. So not good ones to mix up. And then I need to just mix up all of my dry ingredients. These are so simple. Like literally, when I thought about this, I think it took me all of like maybe 10 minutes total to like Google recipe, check to see if I had everything. I did. and then just combine it all and go. It was the easiest thing I've ever done. Step 2, milk and oil, which canola oil, which you can see is like in here together. Yummy. We're just gonna pour that straight in, and there we go. There is that. God, I really underestimated the dishes here. I need some more like ramekins or something, I think. That'd probably be a good idea. Anyways, mix this up together as well. And again, this is like, takes no time at all. Can you imagine if making an actual cake was this easy? Okay, so I want your feedback. So I'm thinking that I do want to try my hand at like doing like a multi-layered cake and like icing it and stuff. I think that would go both horrendously terrible and also wonderfully at the same time. So yeah, I kind of want to try my hand at that, but let me know in the comments. Would you want to see me try to decorate a cake? I've watched probably too many episodes of Cake Boss, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. This is looking pretty well combined. Now I also got some semi-sweet chocolate chips. Last time I did this, I had a dark chocolate, like large size Hershey Kiss that I literally just like chopped up and mixed into it, and it worked out pretty good. But we're just gonna dump these in as well and kind of mix these into the rest of our chocolate cake here. And honestly, this is like the entire process. It is very easy. When I said I had no motivation to cook and bake, this is what I'm talking about. This is the level of ease that I'm looking for. All right, move our whisk to the side. And that's recipe 1 done. See if I can show camera B. You can't see inside of that, but that's the set. That's that done. That's ready to go in the microwave. We can just set this aside. It is ready. That is recipe 1 already done. I know we're flying through the video today. We're zooming. We're zooming. Next up is going to be our blueberry muffin. I think this one may end up being the main character of this, so it's getting the main character energy mug. But again, it's the exact same process. Dump our dries into our mug. Over here we have sugar and some more baking powder, not baking soda. God, I really get those confused all the time. Mix these together. So simple to do. Really don't even need to mix all that much, honestly. And then we do have 2 tablespoons of like pre-melted butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and like, while I'm whisking, drizzle this in as well. This is starting to stick to my whisk a little bit, which we will also add our milk and a little bit of vanilla extract in here too. Now I think this one's supposed to be a bit more like muffin, kind of doughy, a bit more. Oh, I'm spilling. Oh, I made a mess. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this is going swimmingly. This is going so well. But yeah, so this is where we gotta go. This just doesn't seem like it's okay. I might have messed this one up already. This feels like too wet. I might have underdone this. I might have not done enough dries with my wets because this doesn't feel right. Maybe if I just keep mixing, this will just solve the problem, but this is not feeling right. Oh no, it's solving. Oh my God, it's thickening up literally in real time. I'm complaining about it and it's literally thickening up. It was soup and now it's like actually coming together. Just me making a giant mess the entire time. Oh my God. We're doing great. We're recovering well. Actually, no, this has actually turned out like amazingly. Look, there we go. Camera B, there you go. This is actually looking phenomenally. All right, perfect. That actually worked out super well. Baking, man, I swear it's magic. All right, we're gonna take some of our blueberries and we're gonna dump these in. So that way our blueberries kind of like go throughout. Maybe. Come out of there, blueberries. Now these were frozen. It's probably better with fresh, but these were frozen blueberries because it's what I have. Again, working with what I've got here. We're gonna save a couple off to the side so we can put them on top because you kind of want your blueberries to be on top as well. Just gonna mix these in here. Wow, that is a beautiful purple color to like match the purple of the mug here. That is actually beautiful. Fun fact, if you didn't know, my favorite color is purple. I really like purple. That is a very purple. Okay, it might have been some of like the like juices from the blueberries making this a lot more purple. But we're going to do that, and then we'll put the rest of these kind of like dotted across the top of the muffin. I may have done too many blueberries. I don't know. I think I thought I did the right amount. Maybe I did too. Oh my God, this smells amazing already, and I'm not even cooking this, but this already smells amazing. What the heck? But there we go. That's mug 2, literally already done. When I said this was easy, I wasn't kidding. We've already made a cake and a muffin. Like, come on. It's so easy, a DAC can do it. So if I can do it, you definitely can. Recipe number 3 is gonna be the first of our entrees. Now, I love myself a good like broccoli cheddar soup. And so when I saw broccoli cheddar casserole and saw that it was, I don't have cheddar cheese out here. Hold please. Dude, I didn't even put it on my recipe. Okay, well, make sure your recipe's right. It's kind of hard to be broccoli and cheese casserole if you don't have the cheese element. how much cheese you're asking, I truly don't know. I'm gonna go for like a healthy pinch. I'm gonna go for like, I don't know. We have a 1/4 cup of broccoli, so let's go for like semi-equal amount of cheese. Slightly more. I like cheese, so we'll go with that. All right, now we have cheese. Now this can actually be broccoli cheddar. Other than that, it's just been broccoli rice stuff. All right, we are back. Now, this looks like some unholy goodness here. It's cream cheese and milk. We're just gonna dump this straight in to start here because I wanna get this mixed up before anything else. Try and get my cold cream cheese to kind of like thin out a little bit, I guess. I don't know exactly how well this is gonna work, but we'll whisk it up a little bit and try to just like mush it around inside of that. Honestly, when I made the chocolate cake the other week for the first time, it was the first time I've ever actually done a mug recipe. Like I've known of mug recipes for a very long time, but I just was like not wanting to cook or bake or literally do anything at all ever. So I never challenged myself to literally do any of it. But this is actually so incredibly easy, and I'm sad I never tried this before, because literally I made chocolate cake in like 5 minutes, and like we already are on our 3rd recipe today. Like this is flying by. All right, add in our rice. Maybe. Hello? There it goes. Add in our 1/2 cup of rice. I'm gonna go ahead and toss in the broccoli at the same time here. I'm just gonna try to mush this all together. Essentially, we'll see how well this mixes. I might need to break out a spoon to help like mix all of this, because this mug is not a... Mugs are amazing. I love myself a good mug. I love collecting like cool mugs, but they are not the most ideal baking, cooking vessel. But we're definitely gonna do it all in a mug today. So yeah, I might want a spoon for this, I think. I think I need a spoon. Okay, this is the right utensil. This feels like it's actually getting me somewhere. Okay, that actually looks kind of creamy in there. We're gonna go ahead and add our seasoning. Again, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. You can add salt and pepper to taste. I believe it was like a 1/4 teaspoon of both the onion powder and the garlic powder. Toss the cheese in, and there we go. Mix until we are happy, and then recipe 4 is honestly just about ready to go into the microwave as well here. And I'm glad I decided to kind of like do all these at the same time. I think that makes the most sense. But yeah, this looks pretty tasty, and honestly, this smells delicious. I'm excited. I have not eaten a lot today, so I'm excited to eat like all of these. This is dinner, by the way. Our final recipe here, I think, is going to be kind of one of our trickier ones. Now, I don't exactly know how this is going to like work, but we're making pizza essentially. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create a dough, so we can try and get like a crust. Now, this is not going to be the crispiest crust you've ever had in your life. But we are gonna try and like, it's gonna be, I guess, like a glorified deep dish essentially. So in here I have flour, baking powder, and baking soda. Yes, actually have both, to try to get like a bit of like a self-rising dough. So I'm actually gonna mix this up before I drop this in here. I think that'll kind of like help us a little bit, just combine it in a bowl before I put it in the mug. But if you have like more of like a self-rising flour, which I didn't know there was a difference between normal flour and self-rising flour, but apparently there's a difference. The things you learn when you start trying to learn to bake and cook things. There we go. Take that, and we want to just dump this in here and spill half of it. That's good. That's so good. A+, Dak. Good job, buddy. Now with that in there, we do want to put in our milk here. We have a few tablespoons of milk. I forgot the exact amount. Pour it in, and now this theoretically should become a bit more of like a proper dough versus like the muffin, for example, which was a bit more of like a more of like your pastry batter. That's more of a batter. This should be a lot more of like a proper dough. And I may even try to like knead this a little bit with my hands. And yeah, this is thickening up very, very quickly here. You can kind of see in there from camera B. This is definitely thickening up fast here. So I may actually switch. Where's my spoon at? Where'd my spoon go? Oh, and this like smells like pizza dough. Oh, dang. Okay. We're making great progress today. I've literally never made a pizza in my entire life, but that is something I do want to learn to do at some point. Is, yeah, you can see it's a lot thicker. I want to make homemade pizza at some point. I think that'd be amazing and delicious. And I guess I have a lot of the stuff to do it right now. So maybe that'll be the next episode. I don't have a pizza stone. Can you make homemade pizza without a pizza stone? I don't have a pizza oven either. I literally have oven and like my normal flat pans and stuff. Can you make a pizza like that? We probably can. Now I'm forgetting at which point I need to add the olive oil. I don't remember if that needs to go into the dough itself or if that goes on top. Let's put it into the dough itself. I don't really remember, but there's olive oil. Don't you love my shot glass? Yummy. Mix this all together. Yeah, I don't know how this is supposed to like cook the bottom of the crust, or I guess if it's even supposed to. I don't know. Literally never made this in my life. I've done exactly 5 minutes of research for all of these recipes before just diving into making them. So this is definitely the build it as we go and just really figure out how this all comes together at the end kind of situation. Next up, we have some couple-day-old marinara. We're just going to drizzle this across the top of our dough inside of here. Give it the old 2-finger spanking and get it down in there. And then I like having a little bit of my pepperoni kind of like in the sauce as well as the cheese. So we're gonna kind of like layer this a little bit, and we're gonna do like a little layer of pepperoni in there. That's probably good. And then we'll do like a little layer of mozzarella cheese in there. And a little bit more pepperoni. I like a lot of toppings. I've always been an extra cheese, extra pep kind of person. I know some people really like extra sauce. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good sauce, but I feel like a lot of places just don't have that good of sauce. So I don't know. I feel like store-bought sauce has never been my favorite thing in the world. All right, last little bit of pepperoni. I did probably a little bit too much pepperoni. That's okay. And the last little bit of our cheese. And there we go. All of these are now ready to go into the microwave. I should probably get these in the right order so I remember to nuke them in the right order. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay, there's all of our mugs. They're all ready to go. We have 2 entrees, we have 2 desserts. This should be very tasty. None of these cook for more than like 90 seconds to like 2 minutes. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna nuke all these and I'll be right back. So let me go do that and BRB. Just like that, we are done. There's all of our mugs. There's all 4 of our recipes. Let's put these in order. I want to try them. So let's go entrees first. We probably should do entrees first, right? That makes sense. Let's go entrees. We'll do our broccoli, cheddar casserole, our pizza, our cake, and then our muffin. The amount of smells in my kitchen right now, this place smells incredible. And it was kind of funny, like while I was standing there microwaving everything, you'd smell nothing, and then eventually you'd be like, oh my God, that smells like a chocolate cake. Oh my God, that smells like a blueberry muffin. Oh my God, that smells like pizza. Oh my God, that smells like a casserole. I love having the like best smelling apartment. It's just the best feeling in the world. But there we go, 4 easy mug recipes. I think the hardest part of this was literally just like getting all of the ingredients out and like together. And if you're not filming a video, you wouldn't need to like present them all the way I did. You can just make a mess of your kitchen and just move on with your life. I feel like let's start with the broccoli cheddar because I feel like that's going to be the like obvious one. Like it's literally day-old rice that I already had. It is broccoli that I already had from dinner last night. It's cheese, it's sour cream, and it's some milk. It is honestly probably going to be super tasty. Plus I want to let the other ones like stand and cool for a second. Oh, that is hot. Oh, that's way too hot. Oh, my throat is burning. But that is delicious. Over the pain, I can feel the flavor and it's good. Honestly, I might have to like try making like a larger version of this because I feel like I could put this in just like a larger pan or something and just do like rice and broccoli and just like scale the whole thing up. But yeah, this is really tasty. Okay, now that my throat is no longer burning, let's check out the pizza. This turned out reasonably well. I don't know how it's gonna taste. Hopefully our like crust on the bottom actually like cooked all the way. I tried to run these. I ran all of them a little bit longer than I feel like the recipes told me to do. Most of them were like 90 seconds to like 120 seconds, somewhere in there. So I added about 10 to 15 seconds for every single one of these. But let's just like peek down in. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's definitely crust down in there. Okay, let's try and get a spoonful of all of it, I guess. See if I can get a spoonful of all of it. Oh my God, it's all sticking together. The cheese, it's all sticking together. All right, there's kind of a bite. This has cheese, it has some of the crust. Crust, I say like dough. And a lot of pepperoni. Yeah. Now it's not like obviously pizza, but it has all the flavors of pizza. This is nearly food. None of this is food, but it's nearly food. And that's, you know, good enough when you have no energy to cook. That is just a globule. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can have a bite of this blob. That's pizza. That's all the flavors of pizza. It definitely is. And you get a little bit of crust in it too. It's kind of like if you took a Hot Pocket and just like blended it, which doesn't sound appetizing, but like it's all the food that you would typically want, all the flavors you want out of pizza, but in a mug and blended. I feel like if you were on like a soft food diet and you needed to like you really wanted pizza, but you couldn't like eat anything super chewy, this would also be an amazing option for something like that. But yeah, that is incredible. That is all the flavors of pizza. Actually turned out pretty good. Next up is our chocolate cake. Now I know this one's gonna be really tasty. I don't think you can see inside of that, but this is just chocolate cake. Straight up, it is delicious. There you go, you can kind of see that. It looks incredible, and it's just straight up chocolate cake with like some semi-sweet chocolate chips inside of it. That is chocolate cake, and that is bomb as hell. All right, the final one, I'm not sure how this turned out. This is very, very like blue and purple, and you can kind of see. I think it's because I used frozen blueberries instead of fresh blueberries, so there's a lot more like juices and stuff from having tried to like thaw on them a little bit. But yeah, blueberry muffin. I guess it's kind of more of like a blueberry cake than a blueberry muffin. But it looks incredible, and I do want to try this too. So let's give this a taste here. Oh my God. Oh, that is so good. It really is just like blueberry cake, but like, God damn, that's delicious. That is incredibly good. Very hot, very hot. All these are still piping hot, but delicious. Incredibly tasty. Well, there you go. There is 4 new mug recipes that you can learn to make at home. They're incredibly easy to do. This took me no time at all. And I highly recommend you do this. If you are intimidated at all by cooking, by baking, if you're like me in that way, do this. This is the easiest thing in the world. You get to have a casserole, just like Grandma used to make, a pizza, just like, you know, somebody used to make, Domino's, who knows, chocolate cake, and muffins. Yeah, and this took no time at all. So I highly recommend you try this. Let me know if you do. Tag me online if you guys do try this. And I'm gonna go eat my dinner, because like I said, this is dinner. Goodbye. What are you still doing here? Video's over. Go home. Bye.